Hey everyone, it's that guy in Hutch, and you're listening to That Podcast in Hutch. I wanted to give you a little insight, I guess, into what we're doing here. Normally we publish about every 2 weeks, and this time we're doing kind of a one-off episode. And the reason is that sometimes I have an idea or kind of an impulse, and I'm like, hey, let's do that. And if I have people in my life, as I often do, who are willing to indulge those ideas, then they happen, and then we kind of scramble and figure out how to do it. So the idea I had this time was, could we set up at Third Thursday in August, which is the last third Thursday of the summer before everyone goes back to school. So the theme of the month is Dog Days of Summer. So I thought this will be a fun event to go to and try to record, and it'll have people out with their dogs and everything like that. So I thought this is the time to try this out. So Chris and I set up a booth on Main Street outside of DCI Park, and we brought all of our recording equipment, and we just said, let's give it a try. And I put it out and said, hey, if you want, come by and we'll record you telling a story for a few minutes about your pet, about your summer, or maybe about some memory of your summers in Hutch. And we actually got really, really good turnout. I was really happy with everybody that came out and shared their stories. And I had no idea what would happen. I've done this one other time, and I really like doing these live sessions where we have people come in and tell their story. One thing that really, that I need to explain so that you as a listener understands, there are parts that are really noisy. When you record outside and you're outside of a studio, you get loud car engines, you get ambient conversations, you get background music. But to me, sometimes when we do that, it really adds to the experience because you get the real sounds and flavor of Hutchinson, and I really, really like that. The other thing that you get is you just don't know who you're going to get, and so there were some really interesting stories here. We had a number of people come in and just tell their stories, and from the programs that they're working on. One of the most interesting to me was a 16-year-old girl who has been training her parrot and actually went to Florida to work in that field for about a year and a half. And I think you'll find, if you just sit down and you can talk to people, you'll find they're incredibly interesting. So the two things that I wanted to make sure you all understood is that, one, it's going to be noisy in some places. There's like people that have loud, exhaust pipes, and they are proud of them. And so they're driving right by. And we were located very close to that on Main Street. The other is that there's music, and that's all going to be picked up on there. So it's going to be, as a listening experience, a little bit different than what we record in the studio. But I think, to me, it's very rich, and I like it. The other thing is that you're going to hear some really interesting conversations and some really compelling stories from people. And I hope you enjoy that too, because it's really fascinating to me to just sit down and say, hey, come talk on a microphone, and the stories that people will tell never cease to amaze me. So I hope you enjoy this episode. To me, it was really fascinating, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope and plan to do this again, and you all participated at a level that makes me feel like we can do that. And if you ever have any ideas on where we should set up or what topics we should explore, let me know, because I'd love to hear your ideas. But this was a really fun thing to do. It's sort of an experiment, and I think it worked. And so I hope you think so too. Thank you. You want to say your name into the mic so we get that? Are you recording?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm Rebecca Mahoney.
All right. Tell us about your dogs. You got 3 big dogs here, and you said they're all rescues?
They are all rescues. So we had to put our boxer down. And the white boxer, which is Chance, fell into our laps about a week after we had to put our boxer down.
Okay.
So she sent him to us to fill our hearts because she knew that he needed love, like the way we loved her. So now we have 4.
Now you have 4.
We have 4. One's at home. She doesn't walk well on a leash, and she's getting older, and she needs to be groomed, and it's too hot for her. So but Chance fell into our laps, and then I was contacted by Alyssa and Melissa from Redemption. They needed to find a home for my brown boxer, which is Fenty. She's the owner needed to find a new place for her, and so they contacted me. And about 4 days later, I got her. And then Gizmo, Redemption Inc. Animal Rescue just pulled him out of the shelter.
Oh, okay. And you said you got him on, like, in July?
July 3rd. I actually went to go visit him because I just needed to see that head in person. And he was listed as a boxer mix, so I'm a boxer person. So I went to see him and got to know him pretty well. And I knew that good old Pat over there wouldn't let me adopt him. So I advocated for him because I got to know his story, and the director was very, very upset. She knew that he was a good dog.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to have to make that decision. She literally begged me to take him home that day. But I advocated for him, and then the situation got worse down there at the shelter, and he started shutting down. And so Redemption Animal Rescue was contacted about his situation, and so she asked if we would foster him, and I said absolutely. And we went down there to do a meet and greet, and we found out that he was going to be put down on 4th of July, and Pat said put him in the car. And so we are not a foster fail. We're a forever home success, but he fit right in with the pack, and he fit right in with us, and he's ours.
Yeah.
So
Tell me why you like boxers.
Well, have you met my husband? So
I have, actually.
I think you know us Mahoneys quite well. We like to be humorous and funny, and we're gazelles in boxes. We're awkward in social settings. So, boxers are just clumsy. They're big doofballs. And irregardless how much they push your buttons, you just can't help but love them.
Yep.
And I like clowns. Hi. And, so I don't know. And it's like Gizmo, he's big O Ferdinand the Bull. That's what we call him now, Ferdinand the Bull.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a bull, but he's so gentle. He just wants to love everybody, and he loves cats. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got him out tonight. Thanks for sitting down and telling us a little bit about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me tell you about him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just hope more people rescue and step up and foster, because
Yeah, absolutely.
they need that.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi, this is JC Sweden from Hutchinson, Kansas.
Okay.
I would love to tell you guys about Jesus this year. If you're at the third Thursday, come on down and get a gospel tract. We all need Jesus and Hutch. And if there's someone homeless on the road, give them a water, man. That is what God had told you guys to do. Here in Kansas, we're on fire for the Lord.
Where do you get these from?
Riverside Baptist Church booth over on 2nd in Hutchinson, Kansas. If you guys want to check us a booth out, our booth is over here on 2nd, right here past the ambulance, just over on the other side of the tree over there.
Okay. And where's your church at?
Here on 21st, 1100 West 21st, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
I want to say, hey, if you guys see someone that's in need, don't feel bad just to walk up on them. They might not have $1 or so, but Hutchinson, please walk up on them.
Yeah.
Lord, give them a water. They're thirsty out here. They don't have no money for water. Hey, it would be bad for them to drink in the river behind us on DCI Park. Lord's saying, please give us water for us to have life through Jesus. He's saying the living water is for us, Lord, for the Lord. And the Lord is saying, give us water for us to spread around Hutch. Give us like a flood. Hutchinson, we need Jesus. Put Jesus back into church, guys. It isn't for Jesus if we're living today. Stay for Jesus, y'all.
All right.
God bless.
Very good. Thank you. Hey, Lila, you want to say your name into the microphone?
I'm Lila.
All right, Lila. And what is your relation to me?
I am your granddaughter.
That's right.
Not daughter.
Not daughter, granddaughter. You want to tell today was your first day of school, is that right?
Yes.
And you had to go to a new school, is that right?
Yes.
Tell me how that went.
Great.
Why was it great?
I made lots of friends.
How did you do that?
And somebody from my old school was there too. Oh, how did I do that? I talked.
You talked?
You talk to people a lot too.
Yeah, I do. So did you then talk to people too?
Yeah.
Were you like, I'll talk to people and that's
They
how?
kind of talk to me.
They kind of talk to you. Do you think you have a magnetic personality?
To people?
Yeah, do you think people like want to talk to you?
Probably.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Because I'm nice and I don't look like I'm going to jump on their back and stab them with a knife like my sister sometimes.
I mean, I guess that's a good way to make friends. Are you excited about the school year to start?
What?
That's your sister making that noise in the background.
Yeah.
Are you excited about school?
Yes.
Okay. What's your teacher's name?
Well, my teacher's name is Mrs. Buttermilk.
Oh, but she's not there yet. She's
Yeah.
got a couple of days before she can come
She'll
back.
be there
right?
on Monday.
Okay.
They
Very
have a
good.
substitute.
Anything else you want to talk about school?
It's a fun story.
Okay.
It's long, but not high.
We're also asking people, it's the dog days of summer. You see all the dogs here. Do you want to talk about your summer or your dog at all?
My dog.
Tell me about your dog.
Her name is Ida.
Uh-huh.
She's she's part Australian Shepherd. What is the other one? Border Collie and a Border Collie.
Okay.
And she's a mix, and she's 18 inches tall. I know that because Violet.
You know that because of Violet?
Because Violet told Mom to measure her, so Mom measured her.
And you saw that she's 18 inches tall.
Yeah.
Is she done growing?
Yeah.
She's full grown.
She's 4.
Oh, okay.
She's calm enough, potty trained, but still loves to play.
Oh, so she's exactly the right age,
She
right?
likes treats. She likes blueberries, and she loves blueberries. And belly scratches. She
Oh.
loves belly rubs.
Those are all things that dogs like.
She's scared of thunderstorms.
We've been having a few of those lately.
Yep. Violet is scared of thunderstorms too.
Well, they can be scary sometimes.
No, we take it. I have to make it and I piece you out and kill you.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
What was your favorite part of your summer?
Getting my cast off.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to tell the story about this then. If you're going to talk about your cast
It
coming
takes
up,
a million years.
you have to talk about how I got on.
So I broke my arm at the trampoline park, did 2 flips, landed on a handstand on my 3rd one, and then I fell on top of my arm, bounced up, fell on top of it again, stopped bouncing, and I broke 3 bones and fractured 1. Then I went to the doctor's, got an x-ray. Then, we got another appointment scheduled. They took a look at it. Then another appointment got scheduled. I got a cast, and each appointment they did an x-ray. And then I had that on for about a month. And then I finally got to get it off. They did another x-ray. And then I could swim and do whatever I wanted. Well, no, not whatever I wanted. Then I went there, got another X-ray, and I'm off restrictions now. I can ride bikes, like play soccer, basketball.
You can do anything now.
Like jump off a diving board because I wasn't allowed to do that.
Oh, wow.
So I can do that stuff now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very good. It sounds like outside of a rough start to a summer, you had a good end to it. Is that
Yeah.
right? All right. Are you looking for your mom? She took off.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
over
I
there,
see
though.
her.
Hey, thanks for talking to me today.
You're welcome.
Hey, I love you, kid.
Goodbye, peoples.
Goodbye, peoples. Will you say your name into the microphone?
Okay. Ann Lauer.
Okay. All right. You're going to tell me about a cat named Benjamin who's no
Yep.
longer with us.
We had a cat, and he turned 15 in April, and he was a rescue cat. He was one of 4 kittens that was found in a dumpster, and then we ended up rescuing him. And so we've had him for 15 years. He loved being out on our deck in our former home, and we moved to downtown Hutch, and he made the transition from a yard to being an alley cat. He loved it, but we had a deck, and he loved his deck. In April, he turned 15. He tends to spend as much time as he can on the deck. So as soon as it gets warm in the springtime, he likes to go out on the deck, and he doesn't come in until it's literally like 0 degrees. So one April weekend, during the storms, I never let him out. On that Monday morning, he was desperate to go out because he could see the sun was shining. There was no reason why he couldn't go out on the deck. But I was cooking breakfast. And I just was focused on that. And he was whining and moping and meowing and getting underfoot. And finally, I finished the breakfast. And I went to walk back to the deck, opened up the door, and I hear this thundering of the cat running the whole length of our loft to go out on the deck. I turned around to see if the other 2 cats wanted to join him. And that's when I heard a thud. And I went back out, and there was Benjamin on his side on the deck floor, clearly in distress, heaving, breathing hard, eyes wide open, tongue out. I called for Brian. I put my hand on his stomach as he was breathing. And he was still breathing when Brian came out, and then Brian put his hand on his stomach because he was clearly, this was the big one. And then he stopped breathing. The interesting thing is that we both could feel his purring. In spite of the distress, he was purring.
Oh, wow.
And I realized afterwards that there's a lesson here. We all should be so lucky to go running, squealing at the top of our lungs in joy to our happy place.
Yeah.
And then we drop.
Ah.
And so I've been really struck by that.
Yeah.
He lived life on his own terms. On his own terms. He wouldn't eat the kidney food. He was getting kidney disease.
Yeah.
Wouldn't eat it, wouldn't touch it, but he went on his own. And it reminds me that every day we should be so fortunate to be able to run to our happy place.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a sad story, but it's not.
But it's not.
It's not. It's really
bittersweet.
very hopeful to me.
Yeah. No, it feels like it to me too, to know that, yes, exactly. You can go the way you want with the people that you love. Yeah. No, thank you. That's so nice. And he is very lucky to have.
So that's the story of Benjamin.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Bawling my eyes out here.
This is why we're doing this, because these things matter, right?
They matter.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Thank you. I love that you told us that
the
story.
other part of Benjamin is we got 2 Siamese cats 5 years ago, which was a mistake in Benjamin's eyes. He was not consulted. And one of them just worshipped the heck out of him.
Oh, wow.
And I, for 5 years, spent a lot of time explaining to Benjamin, we do not all have the honor to be somebody's hero.
Yeah.
And if you are, you should be grateful for that and do what you can.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't help Oscar because he didn't understand why Benjamin didn't love him, but he was his hero.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh,
kind of cool.
That's nice too. Those are such great stories. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, are we recording?
We're recording.
All right. Say your name into the mic.
Leslie Taylor.
All right. So, do you want to tell us about your summer?
Sure.
Okay. What was your summer like?
I'm in the National Guard, so I went to annual training.
Okay.
And then when I got back from that, I had a fireworks stand.
You had a fireworks stand.
Yes.
Where at?
The Walmart parking lot here in
Okay.
Hutch.
Okay. And was that the first time you've done that?
Second time. First time was a couple of years ago. I had the McGraw's location.
Okay. How did you get into this? I mean, I've known you for a while, so this is a little surprising to me. How did you get into fireworks?
Actually, one of my friends got into it and asked me to help her, and so we just kind of do it.
Okay. So, is it a fun thing to do?
It's fun, but you hardly get any sleep.
Yeah, because you're working like
Oh, yeah.
morning to night, and it probably is the line like nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're only open for how many days?
5 days this year.
5 days this year. So
and then
it's
this
just-
year, for the morning of 4th of July, we were closed for a little bit because the storm took us out.
Oh. And did you
Yeah.
have to get like packed back up, like or put everything back out?
Yeah, they sent us a team to put our tent back up and give us some more inventory. We lost a lot of inventory.
Ooh, because of the rain and everything.
Yeah.
Ugh. What were some of the top sellers this year in fireworks?
Let's see, the sparklers always sell out.
Yeah, kids love sparklers,
Yeah.
right?
And then our Goliath and our Excaliburs were selling out.
Are those shells?
Yeah.
Okay. Goliath and Excalibur sound pretty impressive. I've seen the Excalibur before. That's is it like a 24 shot or 12 shot?
I can't remember how many shots it was.
But
So I'm actually wearing the shirt from our fireworks stand.
okay.
It says party like a patriot.
Patriot. Okay.
Yeah.
That is fun. So that's 5 days of your summer.
Mhm.
Well, probably more because you're probably loading stuff up and you're probably unpacking stuff afterwards and everything. What'd you do the rest of the summer? I mean, you went to National Guard training.
Yep.
Where'd you do that?
Fort Riley.
Okay. And what does that look like? What does that entail? For people who don't do that.
Basically, we just lived in the field.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's so you're out there and you're how many days is it?
Well, a total of 14 days we were gone, but we were only in the field for about 10.
Okay. Okay. Pretty intense?
Not that bad. It's just really hot.
Yeah, in the summer. This is
Yeah.
my granddaughter right here. Yeah.
You can refill a dog pool.
Can I see what?
You can refill a dog pool.
Refill a dog pool.
Oh, I don't know who's in charge of that.
Fix everything.
Yeah, I can find something. Anything else you want to talk about your summer?
No, I pretty much worked the rest of the
Just
summer.
the rest of summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't get those fun summer breaks like you do when you're a kid, right?
Oh, I wish I did.
Is this your daughter?
Yes, this is my
And
daughter.
she graduated high school this year, she said.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You feel pretty excited about that?
I am.
Yeah.
I got a yearbook.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Very nice. And so did you get people to sign it? And do people still do this thing where they sign yearbooks and all that?
My family's gonna do it.
Oh, good. Good. And what's your name?
Liana.
Okay. And have you had a good summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun?
Me and my mom went swimming at the Salt City Splash.
Oh, that's nice too.
We both worked together to build a shelf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. What have you put on it so far?
We're putting some bags on it.
Okay.
Backpacks.
Backpacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, it sounds like you guys had an eventful summer and a fun summer. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming by and telling me your story about summer. I appreciate it. And now that I know you have a fireworks stand, I'll have to come by there next summer.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Will you say your name into the microphone?
Haley Black.
Oh, you're a return guest.
Yes, I am.
Thank you. How you did an episode before, didn't you?
Yes.
And that episode was about the challenges of the Utes.
Yes, it was.
Yes. So you have somebody with you today.
Yep, I have my 8-month-old puppy, Maverick.
Oh, and what kind of puppy is he?
He is a German Shepherd mixed breed.
Oh, right. So 8-month-old, have you had him since he was a pup?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I adopted him from the animal shelter.
All right. What made you decide to get him?
It was an accident. Honestly, I went to go play with puppies, and he was the first one they brought out, and he kind of claimed us as his people.
Yeah,
So,
and you were like, I got to keep this guy around.
yep, pretty much.
That's cool. What have you done this summer?
Worked, trained him, and more work
And you're working where this year?
at home daycare.
Oh, with children.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, somebody said that was okay for you to do.
Yes.
See, you've got more. There's more reasons to trust you.
Yep, pretty much.
Do you like it?
I enjoy it. It's really fun. I love all the memories I get to make with the kids. They're really enthusiastic about the school year starting, and so we have a lot of them going into school right now.
Do you remember, Chris? Do you remember when you were a kid? Were you excited about school starting?
Especially when I was younger, yeah, because that's where all my friends were. Like I had the few friends that lived on my block, and I got to see them during the summer. But then when I went to school, I got to see all of my friends, and so I was always excited for school. And I was a pretty good student most of the time, and so I liked school quite a bit.
I'm trying to remember if I did. I feel like I had like complete free reign when I was a kid, and I grew up in a small town, so I got to just run around, and all my friends were like in a place like Nickerson. Your friends are all there too. So whether you're at school or whether you're not in school, you're still seeing all your friends. So I feel like I wasn't as excited about going back to school. I feel like I like summer better.
I was more excited. I mean, yeah, I liked summer more than school, but I was still, by the time summer was over, I was ready to go back. And I think what I really liked was the walk to school and home from school. I lived like, I don't know, maybe 3 miles away from my school. And so it was just like total freedom for me. I walked to school by myself, walked home from school by myself. And that was I have a lot of good memories on those walks.
3 miles?
Yeah.
Are you at the age where it was uphill both ways yet?
Not quite. No, I loved walking to and from school. That was so much fun.
That's funny. Yeah, we all did that. Haley, what else you got? Is that a new tattoo?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So I got it for my mom and my little sister. So on the top of my arm, it has my mom's birth flower, and then around it, it has my little sister's birth flower, and then on the back, it has my favorite flower.
Oh, what's your favorite flower?
The black dahlia.
Oh, nice. Okay, school's coming up. Kids are going back to school. What are you doing? Are you still You're still working?
Still working.
Okay.
Gonna start working for you here soon.
Yeah. We got some things for you to do, don't we? That'll be good. All right. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. I'm always glad you stopped by.
I know, I'm your favorite.
I am You're one of my favorite people. I don't know why, but you are.
You're the one who keeps employing me.
I know. That's right. We'll have fun.
We will.
Don't worry. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jason.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, my name is Daniel Manigan.
All right.
It's good to see you, Jason.
It's good to see you. So we're asking people to talk about their pets, their summer, or a memory of their summer, or even if they have just like a favorite place in Hutch. So what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I got here mine on my fiance's dog, Spotify.
Spotify?
Yep. We've trained him. He's not fully into it yet, but we're trained him to, when we want him to do something, he sets and bags pretty. He's a pretty good dog. We haven't had to train him for seizures, but yet when I have my seizures, he does an excellent job. When my sugar gets high, he's right there. So And we haven't even trained him for that.
Oh, but he kind of has like a sense about him, right? So
Right.
he knows when you're having some health issues.
Right. So
How'd you come to the name Spotify?
I seen the spots on him, and we
Yeah.
started off with Spot, and one day I just started saying Spotify, and I'm like, okay, Spotify, that sounds better.
That's a pretty clever name. I like that.
So
Pretty funny. And what breed is he?
he's a Chiweenie.
A Chiweenie?
Yep.
Okay, tell me what that is. It's a Chihuahua and
Mixed
a
with the
weenie dog.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I have to make sure. Oh my gosh. I have to get a picture of him. That is adorable.
Yeah, he is. He's very lovable.
Where'd you find him?
He was given to us by a girl that couldn't get rid of him,
Okay.
and she had to get rid of him, but couldn't find no one, and we seen the ad and we picked him up.
Okay. It sounds like he's added a lot to your lives.
Oh yes, he has.
Yeah. That's really good.
And this summer I went swimming. We done a lot of things this summer. I'm currently, today was my first day, I'm going back to school
Okay.
to learn how to build houses and building trades.
Okay. Are you doing that at HCC?
Yes.
Okay.
HCC. Because I want to fulfill one of my dreams of building several houses and helping the homeless people here in Hutchinson.
And you're learning how to do that, so you're on the first step of that.
Yes.
Oh, outstanding. I'm so happy for you. That's really good.
Because I figured if I can make a dent in the homeless population here by, creating housing
Yeah.
and stuff, that would do great for Hutchinson.
What's kind of made you care about that? What's kind of brought that to your attention?
Well, because I've noticed a lot of homeless here, and when I was younger, I was homeless too.
Yeah.
So I know what it feels like to be homeless. When I was homeless, no one really listened to me.
Yeah.
It seemed like no one really cared. And, it really brings a person down.
Yeah.
And as you know, I have a story of mental health too. So I know how it is. And I don't want other people to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
So I want to be there to help them.
Oh, I love that. Well, congratulations. That's such a good start to things. I'm really excited for you.
Yep.
That'll be good. Well, thank you for coming by and talking today. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, you want to say your name into the microphone?
April West.
Okay. And what do you want to talk about today?
Well, like he was saying, I'm here with my fiance Daniel Mannigan and little Spotify. He's the sweetest dog I've ever had.
Really?
Yes.
What do you say? Oh, he is. He's come up to jump in my lap here. He's so sweet. He is so sweet. So I was going to ask you what you meant, what made him sweet, but now I know. He just jumped up there and gave me lots of kisses, and so now I know. I don't have to ask.
Right. Well, since last time I talked to you, which was, when was it that you and I last talked?
Well, was it at a parade? Was it at the parade here, or was it before that?
No, it was at, you had me and Katie come down to your office. And we did a thing on Milestone Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah. I had you come in and talk about the Milestone Clubhouse. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You guys are still going there?
Oh, yeah.
That's
we
a great
go
place.
We go every now and then. Since then,
Katie moved to a different position, didn't
she?
she?
She stepped down from Milestone, and she is now part of the coalition.
Which is great.
Yes, that is great.
For her, not so much for us.
Yeah. It's great for her, but not for us.
Yeah.
And we've had Tanisha take over for her.
Yeah.
And then we lost Paige.
Oh, because she took a position in Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which is also sad.
Yeah.
Because I really like both of them quite a lot. But Kenesha's doing a good job, right?
Oh, yeah. Tanisha's doing a really good job.
Yeah. She's going to be great.
In September, they are actually, when the fair comes, we are actually going to be doing a whole clubhouse time at the fair on Monday when they have the dollar day.
Oh, nice. That'll be great.
So all the clubhouses will be getting together.
Oh, good. Do you want to tell people a little bit about Clubhouse for those who don't know?
Yes. For those of you who don't know what Milestone Clubhouse is, it is a institution where people can go who are mentally unable. And they offer lunch there, things like things that people can do, different services.
And it's a place where you can have some community too,
Yes,
right? Like
you
other
can have
people that help you
community
out. Yeah.
And if you need a place to live, they can help you get into Golden Rule Apartments, because they recently helped a friend of ours get into the plaza. So they do a lot of things.
Yeah, that's very good. And have you had a good summer?
Oh, I've had a pretty good summer.
Well, that's good.
I had an all right summer. It's been hot, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, it has been hot. So hot this year.
Yes.
Oof. Well, I'm glad you came by and talked to me for a little bit.
Well, thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could.
It's always good to see you.
It's always good to see you too. And I am voting for you this year.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always do. All right.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Bye.
You want to say your name into the mic?
My name's Dawn Hartung
All right. And you're with Cause for Paws.
with Cause for Paws of Hutchinson and South Hutchinson. Yep.
All right. Which is appropriate tonight because it's all about the dogs tonight.
Dog Days of Summer.
That's right. So tell me about Cause for Paws.
So Cause for Paws was actually started 15 years ago, and it was to help stop or at least slow down the pet population, or the homeless pet population, which is the biggest problem. Having your dogs and cats spayed or neutered is our biggest thing. That's our biggest focus in Hutchinson and South Hutchinson. We also have Healthy Paws, which helps those that have low resources here in town that might have an emergency with their dog or their cat and need to go to the vet and they don't have the funds for it. And so we help them with that as well. And then we also promote the shelter, help with fosters, stuff like that. We actually have a program that's getting ready to start. I'm very proud of this program because it's something that's been weighing on me heavily for a couple of years. And so what we're going to do is we're going to sponsor at least 5 dogs or cats per year. If somebody needs to go into rehab for drugs, mental health, if they don't have family or friends that can take their pet, typically they're going to have their pet surrendered. So if you think about it, when you're down to that part of your life, you're not going to give up the only being that's in your life.
Yeah.
So we're going to start a program that we're almost there. We're almost there. By the end of the year, it'll be
Okay.
running. So we'll find a foster for that animal for up to 6 months, so that they can go into treatment. They can go into an Oxford house if they need to. They can get a job, get an apartment, get their dog or cat back.
Oh, I love that.
So, and then we will take the cost for everything to help them out. So, we're getting that started. Trish Rose and I are the ones that are heading that up. She's doing the legality part, and I'm doing the creative part.
Okay.
So, yeah, and there's no cost to them. The foster doesn't have to pay for anything.
Okay.
So,
I'm curious how you realized that was a need.
So
in
there's
the
a
community.
lady that was actually, she's homeless, and she was looking for somebody to foster her dog, and she really wanted to go into drug rehab, and she was posting it on Facebook. No one could help her. She's still actually out there looking. So we're trying to find a foster for this dog, for her, so that she can go into rehab. She wants to, but again, you're not going to leave it to the shelter who's already over full.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to leave your animal. So
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good idea.
So
I
yeah,
love that.
she came to mind, and I'm like, we got to do something. So, yeah, the board agreed with me, and we're off and running.
That's great. So for all of your programs, if somebody is wanting to try to access those programs, like the spay and neuter program or is it Healthy Paws? Is that what Healthy Paws program? How do they do that? How do they find you guys?
So they can go to causeforpaws.inc.org. They can go to the shelter. The shelter has applications. We have a phone number. We have business cards. They can come out to Third Thursday. We're out here every time.
And you guys are every Thursday, right?
Every
Pretty much.
Every third Thursday now we're out here. We have a Facebook page, and we have an Instagram, and I believe we're going to have a TikTok as well pretty soon. But they can go on Facebook, send us a message, and we can tell them exactly who they need to contact.
Okay, outstanding. Well, thanks for the work you do. That's really
no problem. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's good to hear from you guys.
You too.
Thanks for stopping by. So, will you say your name into the microphone?
Yeah, my name is McKenna Harden.
Okay. And you live in Hutchinson
I live in
around
Hutchinson. I am a parrot trainer of about 4 years now. And Megany right here is a blue-throated macaw. He is an endangered species, and he is my little baby boy.
How did you get into training parrots?
So I started about at the age of 12. My friend introduced me to them, and I just like, oh my God, you can own birds. And I begged my mom for a cockatiel, and then I just started from there. I did a lot of basic training. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to train birds. And then about a year ago, I got an internship offer at a bird store called Everything Birds in Tampa, Florida. And I got the opportunity to go there and train birds and raise like hundreds of different species of parrots. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So can I ask how old you are now?
Yeah, I'm 16.
Okay, so yeah, you said 12 and 4 years, so yeah, 16. How did you find out about an internship down in Florida?
So they just sent me an email offering it. The owner, Kirsten, was like, I really like what you do. I've seen a lot of your work online. And
were you putting like videos up or something?
Yeah, I put videos up on Instagram and Facebook, and from then she just found me and she's like, oh my God, this is so great. I want you to work for me. I want you to intern at my store. So then I could get professional experience and like build my resume. Like,
you might get yourself a whole episode based on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is
that'd be great.
So I'm going to get your information after so we can do a whole episode on this.
Heck yeah.
Because this is crazy. So you go down to Florida. How long are you down there?
I was there for a year and 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there when I was 15, and then I turned 16 and stayed till the summer, and then around August I left.
And then
not August, like April. It was April.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you came back.
And then I came back it's really, you overwork yourself with training birds. Like I was hand feeding birds 4 hours, 5 hours a day, every 2 hours. It takes an hour or 2 hours to feed like 50 babies at once, or to clean and help people and find good homes for these birds. It was very mentally exhausting, and I was tired.
Yeah.
Because this is my first ever time doing this, and I was 15 to 16 at the time, and I'm like, this is tiring. I'm tired. Like, I'm overworked. I'm tired.
Oh, I bet.
And so we ended the internship to give me a little break, and here soon I'll be starting up bird training again. But
yeah. So what are you? I imagine you're looking at a career in this.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to be working with birds my entire life. Like I want to work with raptors and parrots, and I want to do rehabilitation work. I definitely want to become I want to work at a zoo. Like, you know how Disney free flies like macaws over like people?
Yeah.
I do that. He's free flight trained. I fly him outside, usually in prairies and fields, and he comes back to me without a lead or anything.
Really?
He is trained to fly outside and come back.
Wow.
And I want to do that like big time with like other birds and do educational shows with them, and I love it. I think it's awesome.
That is awesome. Do you have more than one bird?
No. I used to have 2 macaws.
Okay.
I had a green-winged macaw and a blue and gold macaw, but my blue and gold macaw was euthanized due to a disease. But I decided to make the jump and get this guy. Since I love macaws, they're my dream bird. I've owned 2 of them previously, and I'm just like, I can't live without one.
Yeah. Are they hard to train or easy to train?
So It kind of depends. I mean, from my experience, they are both. He's really hard to train. He's what we called an unweaned parrot. So he's still on formula.
Oh, okay.
Unweaned birds are very hard to train. Like, they suck. So with training, you use a lot of reinforcements, and a lot of those reinforcements are treats. But since he is still
Since
a
he's
baby,
not weaned, yeah.
Yeah, he does not care about treats. All he cares about is being with me. And since I can't like mark a bridge over our training, it's very hard to be like, this is like, you know, if he flies to me because he wants to fly to me, not because like I want him to fly to me.
Yeah.
Because there's no bridge in between, so I can't like reward him for that.
Yeah.
Like I'm the reward, but it's not always that he wants to come to me.
Oh, I love it. I do want to do, I think, a whole episode on this. I think this would be fantastic. So
yeah.
I do want to do that. But tell me just real quick, if people want to like watch your videos, I imagine you have some training videos or things like that with your birds. How would they find those?
So I usually post a lot of my videos on my Instagram.
Okay.
My Instagram is Managing Parrots.
Okay.
But currently I do not post them. A lot of the times I'm currently posting like silly videos of me and my bird.
Okay.
Because that's usually what gains people attention. But I don't have the proper setup right now to be recording like training videos. So I'm gonna be waiting till he's fully weaned to be doing these videos, because it's more people have weaned birds than unweaned birds.
Okay.
So I want to be able to, I guess, show videos to a bigger demographic with people who have similar birds to mine. Because, I mean, if I have an unweaned bird and I'm training with formula, most people won't be like, oh, let's switch that formula for treats.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different training process for an unweaned bird and a weaned bird.
Okay.
So I want to wait until he's weaned.
Yeah, and it'll be like, how old is he then?
He's 6 months.
6 months,
Yeah.
okay. So it's going to be a little bit, and then he'll...
Yeah, probably around, like, there's no time where birds will wean, but currently he's on about 1 feeding per day for formula, so he's going to wean in about 3 months, I'm assuming.
Okay.
So.
That sounds great. Well, thanks for talking with me
Yes,
today. I
of
definitely will
course.
get your information so we can do a full episode.
Of course, I would love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Will you say your name into the microphone?
My name is Christian John Coley.
All right. So we were talking to people, since the theme for tonight is the dog days of summer. We're asking people to talk. Well, they can really talk about whatever they want, but I'm starting the conversation by saying, talk to me about your dog, something about your pet or your dog,
Okay. I have cats.
or your cats are welcome too.
Yeah.
Or something about your summer,
Okay.
or a memory about like a summer past or a pet that you had in the past.
Well, I was thinking about swimming in the dog days when the lakes get all filled with algae in the Northwest. And I was thinking about that today because I used to love to swim. And then the first time I ever heard of a dog days was when I was swimming. I'm like, got itchy from the lake. That was kind of gross.
Oh yeah. Was it
living-
from the algae?
Probably from the algae.
Yeah.
I hope so. Nothing else. I'm still alive, so that
So
was
that works.
30 plus years ago.
Yeah.
I was thinking of other things. This is about the time fleas show up and everything else. So I don't want to discount dogs for that.
Yeah, right.
Because I was thinking, here we go. Here we got some engine.
Yeah. It's a. We're doing an experiment here with the recording, and sometimes loud engines come by.
Yeah, we're recording on Main Street, 2nd and Main, and sometimes people like to
drive
by real loud.
Yeah. No, revving, doing 120.
Yep, doing all the fun things.
Maybe next time we'll get a spot a little farther away from the road. Who knows?
Well, no, you should come out here and just do it and then write to engines some night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know that I'm qualified to do that.
You don't? No, that's why you'd be best at it.
Oh, because I could just make the rating system.
Yeah,
on
you
that.
see those two old guys sitting there in the Muppets where they'd be sitting there talking,
Oh, yep, in the
jacking
balcony.
their yeah.
I don't know if I like that comparison or not. But
No, I think I could do it.
The ones that sit up there and say, that was an awful performance.
Yeah, these people need to learn to tune their engine.
I like that. So what else? So you really like swimming. No, you're good.
Yeah,
So what else have you
sculpting.
been up to? And sculpting.
Sculpting, doing artwork on the iPad.
What do you have there?
Okay, it's
You
like
have
it's a cat sculpture, like a kata, I call it.
Okay.
Like KATA, which stands for, it means choreography in Japanese and a few other languages. But so I have been sculpting it. I have 3D, and then I'm going to take it down to the library and 3D scan it. and then I work on it in the software.
Did you do that on a 3D printer, or did you?
No, the,
carve that out of-
the arms are 3D printed because I had done a set, but then I had I wanted to put fingernails on them and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And get some more detail in there and make them a little bit, the material it sculpts well, but it doesn't hold a lot of detail, especially when you're sanding or sculpting a lot. But I added the arms this morning, and the ears a couple months ago, and the tail today.
Okay.
Tail's been built for a while, and the arms were built, but you want to just find out the arms.
Yeah, pretty
the
light.
arms may be delicate.
Pretty lightweight. What's the material?
It's a couple different types of plastic. The first one's a plastic that's a 2-part compound called epoxy, like APOXY.
Okay.
And then the white plastic is from a company called Smooth On, that's meaning the body, and then the head.
Okay.
And I originally carved it in monster clay, which is a waxy type clay that you can just take and cast really quickly.
Okay.
And so I built that, and then I started carving it, and then I've had to do a number of modifications because when I carved it in the summer in the monster clay, which is kind of soft and very pliable, and so lots of fingerprints and fingernails.
So what else have you done this summer?
Well, I've been going to circles,
Yeah.
as you know about. I don't know how much you talk about there.
I haven't yet, but yeah, you've been.
We should mention it because I go to and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a good group.
It's a good program, and we're getting
Yeah.
ready to start a new class, and hopefully
Yeah.
we get some new
Yeah.
people coming in because it is good and it's helpful. And
Yeah,
I think
it's very helpful. I mean, it gives you a different perspective on being, trying to get out of poverty.
Yeah.
Anthony was here, and he would have been a good one to talk to.
Oh yeah, I
on
was
this.
hoping to catch him. I don't know if he took off
He
or
was
not.
going to the DG, so the Dollar General.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he just wants candy or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something cheap and easy.
That's great. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about from this summer, or you want to talk about your cat?
I got lots of plants growing.
Oh, plants are good.
Plants are doing good this year.
Yeah.
I've got a ton of tomatoes from people. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
There's very little better than summertime tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my second year of working out at the Y for a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
So.
What are you doing out there?
A lot of swimming.
Okay.
And then basic workout. I was doing spin class, but I've had an ankle issue. So.
Oh yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah, I don't know. Summers are fun, but I don't know. It's probably the first summer I've enjoyed, but I don't see it as a summer. As an adult.
Yeah.
What are summers compared to when you were a kid?
Well, yeah, when you're a kid, you get the whole time off. Get months. Weeks and weeks and weeks off. And we were just talking about that. Whether you enjoyed going back to school or whether you wanted the summer
going
to
out
last
swimming
longer.
Going out to the river, lakes.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I grew up a bit in Alaska too, and summer's different up there too.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a Land Cruiser, as a matter of fact. It's my car of choice.
Oh, nice.
That's what I used to drive around in the summer. He's got his top off.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I really missed about summer. That was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Maybe someday again, but
who knows?
Yeah.
We can always wish, right? And always dream.
Yeah. Well, no, you got to have goals and purposes.
That's right.
If you don't have them, you don't do them.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know.
That's good.
I'm glad I got to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for coming
the girl
by.
with the bird. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was a cool story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to her more. That's
I'll have to listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
for
that's
that
really
reason.
good. Well, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you, Jason.
Yeah,
you have a good one.
All right, will you say your name into the microphone?
My name is Lauren Roberts Jackson.
All right. So we've been asking people, really everybody can talk about whatever they want, but I'm starting it off by asking about, it's Dog Days of Summer, so I'm saying talk about, if you have pets, talk about your pets, or talk about your summer, or talk about any kind of memory you have of your summers past.
Okay. Well, I do not have any current pets, but my favorite cat, I have a cat here in town at Bookends. Her name is Tabitha. And I absolutely love visiting her. She is my favorite little kitty here at Bookends. She's a great bookstore cat.
Yeah.
Bookstore cats are the best.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are. Yeah. So what made you kind of attached to this cat?
She actually just came up to me one day and kind of climbed on me, and I found out that it was very unique for her to do that there at the bookstore. And so every time I go to Bookends, she'll come up and she just gives me lots of love.
And what's her name?
Tabitha.
Tabitha. Okay. What kind of cat is she?
I have no idea, but she is the fluffiest and softest cat
Really?
I have ever seen.
So sometimes do you just go to see the cat?
I do, and I love it. If I need a little bit of a smile, I go there and she just gives me the most love and makes me feel very loved every time.
Isn't it really amazing how a pet can do that? Like,
Yes.
I mean, petting an animal or spending some time with an animal can really kind of brighten your day a little bit.
It does.
Right?
Yeah, it does. And that kind of just turns it to this event. It's been fabulous. There has been so many dogs around, and I've gotten so much love from lots of different dogs today. Probably like at least 30 dogs.
Yeah.
It's been a great turnout here at Third Thursday.
So I saw you over there. Were you kind of manning the photo booth for a little bit?
Yes, I was actually a volunteer for
Okay.
Hutch Rec, and we did puppy photos. So we are going to be actually sharing all of these photos on Third Thursday's Facebook, and they're going to do a contest, and whoever gets the most likes, they win.
Oh, tell us how that works. So you're posting all these photos on the Hutch Rec Facebook page.
Yeah, it's going to be on Third Thursday
Okay.
Facebook page. Yep.
And so you're gonna have all the dog photos that were taken in this cute puppy contest,
Yes,
right?
that is correct.
And then everybody needs to go like the dog they like the best.
Yes,
And
and
that's
we've-
how we'll determine the winner.
Yes, and we've got a lot of people that are very competitive. They're going to share the post and try to get people to like their dog's post. So this is going to be a fun contest, I think.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Have we done that? This isn't the first year we've done that, right?
Yeah,
we've done
this
in
isn't the first year.
Okay, we've done
And-
this other years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is a really good turnout.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you? I don't want to do any spoilers or play any favorites, but did you have a favorite?
Oh
You
my
saw
gosh.
30 dogs over
there
here.
were so many cute dogs, but there was one in particular that reminded me of my dog that I did had, and her name was Missy. She's a little Maltese.
Oh.
So she was definitely, I have to say, my favorite of the night. So.
Oh, so much fun. It really was a fun night tonight, wasn't it?
It was.
Everybody was out with their dogs and just having a really good time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was. It was a perfect night.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have anything else you want to talk about from your summer, other pets? Any old memories of summer? And we were talking earlier, Chris and I, about how summers are different as an adult than they were as a kid, and whether he really liked going back to school because that's where all his friends were.
Yeah.
I didn't matter because my friends were in the same tiny town, so whether I was in school or whether I was out running around, either way, I was with my friends. So I was happy to have summer last a little longer.
Yes.
Did you have any preference on that?
I did like the summers, and
Yeah.
I actually grew up in Plevna. It's a little small town
Okay.
out about 30 minutes from here.
Yep.
And we had a lot of animals that we got to play with. So I got lots of extra time in the summers to play with my horses and cattle and goats and sheep, bunnies, dogs, all kinds of animals. And we even had 1,000 quail every single summer that we raised.
Wow. Wow.
My grandpa's favorite was Gertrude.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of quail to have, too. Yeah. Can I ask you about your hat? You have a very
Yes.
distinctive outfit on. But one of the most distinctive parts of it is this hat.
Yes, my grandma actually got me this hat, but I do wear hats. Every day I'm always in a hat, so that is probably one of the things that you'll see me wear
That's
around
awesome.
town.
And that hat looks like it did a great job of blocking the sun today.
It did.
Which was a necessity.
It did.
Yeah, definitely.
Kept me cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for your help tonight with the puppy contest.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to seeing all those photos. And I hope, other people will check them out. When are we deciding the winner?
Okay, so we're gonna post it this Sunday, and then on Monday, hoping that we're gonna get lots of votes by then, and then the winner will be determined from the Third Thursday post. So be watching that
Okay.
this next week,
Okay.
Third Thursday.
Is there
Facebook.
like a window where we're cutting off voting?
Monday.
Monday. So you'll post it, then
Yep.
Monday will be the end of voting on that day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
so
good.
everybody get your votes in quickly.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming by. Thanks for talking with us. I'd like to thank a few of the people who've helped make that podcast in Hutch possible. My son Mitchell Probst wrote and recorded the music for the show. Jenny Brigette put together some great graphics and promotional art. And Chris Acker helps overcome my mistakes to produce a great sounding product every episode. That Podcast in Hutch is made possible through a collaboration between the Hutchison Arts and Culture Collective and Salt City Sound. They're working to bring resources and infrastructure to support art, music, and storytelling in our community. If you have an idea for your own podcast, reach out to them at podcasts@saltcitysound.net. If you enjoy That Podcast in Hutch, be sure to subscribe and share it with all your friends. You can also help support this production by subscribing to thatguyinhutch.substack.com or by emailing me at thatguyinhutch@gmail.com to learn about sponsorship opportunities. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll join us again next week.
A Salt City Sound production.